Okay, everybody, in this week's short attention span webinar, we are going to help you to lose customers. We've been getting emails left and right that say we've got so much business, we've got to get rid of some of these customers. We are here to help. So, Kelly, you all dialed in? You ready?
This is like a romantic comedy starring Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. Let's do it.
Okay. Number one, take your customers for granted. So, Kelly, what happens when we take a customer for granted and how do we do it?
Well, first of all, what happens is another competitor comes in and sweeps them off their feet by paying attention and asking questions and showing attentiveness. And the reason that happens is that because we sit back on our haunches a little bit and go, that customer loves me. They give me everything. I don't have to go there. I don't have to call them. I just expect that this business is going to roll in. And that is extremely, extremely destructive, lazy, bad, bad behavior.
But you know what, I mean, I can understand it. I've had this feeling before. When a customer says, geez, Bill, thank you so much for cranking that job out. You really saved our bacon. We were able to ship our product in time because you really did above and beyond. And all of this just reinforces that little voice inside of you, which says everything that you just said. Mm-hmm. They love me. They're not going anywhere. Don't worry about it. We got the reorder. We got the order after that. And it is the absolute worst assumption that you can make. Absolutely. So if you're number one, if you're looking to get rid of a customer, take the last job and say, they're going to keep buying this from me. If you don't want to lose your customers for some odd reason, crazy you, then treat every job like it is your last job and continue to earn their business. Next, the best way to lose a customer, second best way, is to assume that they know everything that you do. Kelly, we've said this before, right? The worst thing that you can hear a customer say is, I didn't know you guys did that.
The worst.
Because
and you know what, Bill, though, the real truth is no matter how good you are and how many different ways you communicate it, that's always going to happen.
Right.
Because, this is what I always say is our customers in our work life, our customers are the most important things in our lives, but to them, we are probably not even in the top 5.
Right.
They've got other things going on, their coworkers, their jobs, their bosses. So it's understandable that they wouldn't remember absolutely positively everything that you tell them. But this just illustrates to you that you need to be thinking about different ways that you can convey these things. A blog, a newsletter, the little bottom of your invoices should say, don't forget, we do wide format. Take every possible opportunity you can to remind them of other services that they may not be enjoying by you now.
And also you want to tell them stories about other things that you've done. Hey, did I tell you about that mailing that we did? Did I tell you about those large format graphics or that car wrap or that fleet wrap? We just had the stories, because the stories are what people relate to, and they say, oh my gosh, we got that same issue. We got that same problem.
Yep.
All right. So the third way to lose a customer is to focus on where they are, is to look and say, this is what they're buying right now, and this is where they're going to stay.
Yeah.
Now, Kelly, if for some crazy reason we wanted to keep the customer, what should we be doing beyond that?
Well, again, we should be thinking about what their goals are, where they want to be. And more so than even that, asking questions like, what's your plan for 2015, or how do you intend to grow, things like that. Is in the day-to-day, be more inquisitive and more curious about things than just, oh, here's my price on 50,000 4 over 4 8.5 by 11s. This is the opportunity to say, well, why are you doing this? Right. And what's the intention? How will you know this is successful? These are the questions that go a little deeper and, again, illustrate that you're more than just a number cruncher, more than just an order taker, but that you want to know more about their business and what they're trying to accomplish, and see if you can't help them do that even better.
One interesting question to ask, how do you know that it was successful? So you're sending this out. How do you know that this brochure is going to provide some leads and some business? Are you tracking it? Learning the story behind the piece, asking those kinds of questions that go way beyond the specs. And the customer says, I don't know. Well, would you like to know? Well, of course I would. Well, let's talk about that then. So curious is the exact right word, Kelly, to be sales curious, to be curious about their business.
Mm-hmm.
So let's assume that our customers don't want to lose business. So if that's the case, disregard everything we just said. All right, everybody, we will be here next week for more nonsense on the next short attention span webinar. Thank you, Kelly Malazzi.
Thank you, Bill.